there's the mic audio. We got it back. It's been so long since I have picked this up. Now I have to go back because now I have double mic audio. Turn that back to disabled. There we go. Okay, we figured it out. Apologies for that. It has been so long since I've picked up Machine Soldiers Esports, I haven't turned this into the HyperX on camera. This bad boy, I had set that as the default microphone, and so I was like, what's going on? What do you mean no mic audio? We figured it out. It's all okay now. I can see in my mixer. You all can hear me as well. And it's not a 45-second delay, Fatty Patty. It's a 30-second delay. Don't be ridiculous. I technically don't need any delay right now, but I figured better to just not mess with it. Leave it as is. This just means, though, I can come through and give you all that intro spiel again. So as I was saying to myself, apparently you could not hear, welcome to the stream. My name is Morgan Dunn, and this is the Phoenix League brought to you by Machine Soldiers Esports. When I was doing all these pointy things, I was just saying, check out their social media. They're helping me out bring this stream live. You could help them out. Give them a follow, give them a like, a retweet, whatever it takes. The MSE boys have always been good to me, so I want you guys to be good to them as well. This is going to be a VOD review. I am casting over a VOD that has already happened, but I have not already seen. So I don't know which team ends up winning this one. I don't know how the game ends up playing out, but this is not live. You don't gotta worry about stream sniping. If something weird's happening, I can't take care of it. We're just gonna have to run through it together. With all that being said, though, are you guys ready for a little bit of Counter-Strike action? A little bit of CSGO in the making? Let's load it in to the one and only map between PRG and Machine Soldiers. I gotta take a real quick second, make sure everything is set up as it should be, but I think we are good. And with that being said, everyone, let's load into the action. It is a best of one, so only the one map right now between Phantom and MSE, and as we load into the knife round, you can already see the map is Inferno. If you're a bit unaware with CSGO, the very first round of the game, this doesn't count towards anything. This is to choose your side, and the knives are out. Esco's actually going to take down his own teammate, and here comes the rush from MSE. They're up in a 2v1 now, and from the backside comes the last kill. MSE get to choose their side, and it looks like in the moment, they're going to be choosing to start on the CT side. Starting on counter-terrorists so they can end the game on that terrorist side. Let's see how they play this out. A quick, rapid roster rundown between these two teams. On the side of MSE, we have Alcatraz, Classic, Mac and Cheese, Jiggy, and Drew. And then for PRG Phantom Gaming, it's Robot, SLS, Eskimo, Return, and Fallen. It's a quick push already over by B, and it's a 1-for-1 trade to start it out. Drew gets a headshot on a Fallen, but SLS carries it right back. Now Return is going to pop one right onto Classic, and he has man advantage for his squad. Pushing in through Church now from MSE, trying to find the head as Mac and Cheese, and he eventually gets the shot down onto Return. Now into a 3v3, but health is running out for this side of MSE. Jiggy's gonna pick the gun up off the ground, a small upgrade, and try and put it to good work. Does the first one on SLS, but Rebirth is right there to trade it back. Mac and Cheese gets himself one, and we're here onto the 2v2. Eskimo from long distance gets the first headshot, and now Mac and Cheese, he has to tap, he has to hold it, misses the first shot. Now he just has to try and stick it, but Eskimo is gonna finish it off, and PRG get off to the 1-0 rounds lead. Oh ho ho! And you can see in the bottom left, Eskimo saying sit down. He is getting aggressive right off the bat. Let's see after that first round how the economies tend to go. For MSE, it's a little bit surprising. They aren't sticking on pistols. They have the scout for Scout for Alcatraz right here as he tags up Eskimo with the first shot of the round. Also, the MP9 onto Drew, so a little bit of investment. They would really like to get some money out of those guns. For PRG, it doesn't even matter. SLS is the first one going down. 5v4 now, the man advantage for Machine Soldiers. They still have the MAC-10 in hand alongside an AK on Eskimo and 2 Galils. But Return has been tagged as well. Him and Eskimo very, very low on health. They gotta worry even an incendiary or a frag can put them down. But Jiggy's gonna say, how about a deagle to the dome? Robot gonna turn it around, pick one up for himself, and the 3 rifles remain on the side of PRG. Smartly, they move that AK off of Eskimo to something with a little bit more health, but Fallen is just gonna watch as a teammate goes down, and it's the spray, and it gets the first one. Reboot the headshot on a mac and cheese. Classic Andrew left now in the 2v2. PRG have done a good job at staying alive. They were very slow off the gate. They had the first blood go against them, but off the back of those rifles, they are back into this round. They have a chance to turn it to a 2-0 round count. The smoke is gonna cover it up, but there goes the first take in. Robot is on 2 HP. The MP9 now coming in for Drew. They have to find him creeping around in the smoke, thinking about peeking out. He has no health to fall back on. There is Drew. Is he gonna pull the shot? He does find the first one. Now 2 HP versus Classic with that scout, but the deagle is out for the moment. Classic running out of time. He has to find one for himself as Robot is just waiting around. Dodges the first shot, but Classic gets the second one, and he might just have enough time. No, he doesn't have a kit. He's gonna have to run away, and the round goes to PRG. So despite the retake right there by Machine Soldiers, Fallen with 2 HP stands up, and now he is gonna have to time out. But luckily for us, the thing about VODs, we can just skip right through this match pause. When does he get back? How long did it take? Took a good amount of time, but here we are loading into the 3rd round of the game. You can see that buy last round by Machine Soldiers, it left them a little bit crippled, and so Alcatraz is going to have that scout back in hand, but otherwise it's just the pistol. Jiggy can't hit his first shot, but he does get the second one onto SLS. Immediately traded back by Fallen Enemy, and we're into a 4v4 now. Around the backside comes Classic, but he is taken down by the headshot from that AK. Now Drew gets sprayed down by the MAC-10. It's going to be a lot of pressure onto Alcatraz. He gets another headshot with that scout. Very accurate to this point, but how clutch can he be? Last 2 surviving members of MSC, the Galil now in the hands of Alcatraz. He has dropped the sniper. Mac and Cheese still has that pocket sniper of the deagle in hand. Alcatraz creeping up from the right side of the site, has to worry about the men pushing in from apartments, and on site right now is Reboot. Turns it back, snaps it on the Fallen, wants to turn it into a second, but he thought Mac and Cheese was an enemy. Now he lines them up and he gets them both. Alcatraz with a huge quad, and MSC are gonna get themselves onto the board. Oh, did I talk too soon though? I thought he had a hit. It is getting down there, but MSC does just manage to get the defuse. Here we go into rounds number 4, and look at how the economies, there has not been a full buy to this point. It is round 4, and we're still seeing SMGs, we're still seeing Deagles, we still have the Galil on Alcatraz, but that's more, he just didn't want to drop it. We have not yet gotten this to time. In comes Drew with a triple kill for himself. He has made a headshots, and they get shut down running out of banana. Eskimo now going to try for the blind shot with the Eagle. Does tag up onto Classic, but in the 5v2 all of a sudden, Fallen's going to have to use that AK beautifully. That's a good frag as he gets the damage onto Fallen, and a little bit of a tickle onto Eskimo, but mostly this is all off of the back of Drew, just holding down the right click with, or left click with that M4. Fallen gets the kill back onto Jiggy, and they start to flank this back around towards the A-bomb site, but the bomb is down in the middle of MSC. They are not going to go hunting. They know they've won this round. Just don't give away the rifles you already have. Fallen especially has been dropped to very low HP, so he is not even going to risk anything. Eskimo, on the other hand, he's feeling a little bit cheeky right now. Starting to peek up through Banana, but not going to go quite yet. And Fallen, I take back what I said. He wants something, and it is the bad choice as Alcatraz comes through, gets the 4th kill of the round for MSC, and Eskimo now finds himself in a 1v4. He's gonna go for the flash though. He pops out. Can he find anyone? The spray is in there for Drew. Eskimo, he's listening to all these shots, and he manages to get one, but Mac and Cheese trades it right back. MSC have evened up the round count 2-2. Finally, Alcatraz has been upgraded. That is no longer the scout in hand. The man has a full-on op. Gonna run right past the smoke. He has no interest, and he might find them trying to rush up towards apartments. Goes right past the window and is waiting on the stairs. First guy gonna peek around will be fallen right there with Reboot. Who can they find as the frag grenade tops both of them to below half health? Jiggy now the lead man. He's the point of contact. Gets one. Right back with Alcatraz on the second, and both of them come away with double kills. Mac and Cheese gets the last, and that's one of the fastest clean-up 5 kills you'll see on a team. Continuing the talk in the chat, Jiggy saying they aren't shooting back. Oops, wrong chat. They are not afraid to try and get the other team salty right now. And with a clean 5-0 last round, MSC's economy is looking beautiful. But for the first time, we will actually have a full buy versus a full buy. All AKs, plenty of utility for MSC. Not the most utility on the side of PRG, but Reboot says, I don't need a flash, I don't need a smoke. I'll just beat you in a clean 1v1. Alcatraz is waiting at the top of the stairs. He is daring him to peek, but it looks like Reboot is not going to risk it. Out comes the Incendiary. Gets a little bit of damage, but Alcatraz is more worried about the big damage he can drop with that up. Now into a 4v4 situation. He's very low, and Drew is just going to spray wildly. A double kill for himself. He ran right through the flash and got both both Fallen and Eskimo, I believe. Takes us into the 4v2 round number 6 as MSC are trying to double up their lead over PRG's 2 rounds. Drew continues to own Banana right now. They cannot find an answer, and Reboot even getting slightly tagged up there. I believe I saw some damage off of him, but I don't know how it happened. Back now to Drew. He's just going to smoke off Banana, but there's no risk at someone coming through him. The bomb right now is all the way back in T-spawn. As PRG, are they going to do what they did last time? Look for some final picks? I think, looking at the state of their economy, which is basically non-existent, no one into the 4 digits of money, they're just going to have to try and hold on to these guns, hope something will go a little bit better next time through. So now you just gotta start looking at what can you do if you were on PRG's side. Well, you have Drew hunting over by Banana. He has not let anybody through to this point. Back in their Classic right now is gonna go hunting a little bit as well. He wants one more kill. He wants to get that rifle out of the side of PRG because Machine Soldiers have plenty of money to replace theirs. As I was saying, though, PRG, what can you do? You have Drew waiting by Banana. You have Alcatraz waiting by A, either down mid or inside of apartments. You're going to have to find a way to answer one of those 2 guys, and I really haven't seen the utility do all that much. They've thrown a whole lot of utility over by Drew, but it hasn't forced him out. Running away goes the Opper. He just manages to escape with his life, and only about 14 damage lands onto Jiggy. The double op setup is now here for MSC. They are looking to hold these lines of sight both places on the map, and PRG, their answer to all this, it seems like they're just playing for picks. 2 down Banana, 2 towards apartments, and 1 running back to get the bomb. They want to find something to say, this is the site we are attacking, but so far MSC not really given anything to shoot at. Incendiary gonna block up mid as Alcatraz continues to hold the exit of apartments. Flashing it up now as he really thinks someone is in there, but he was not actually correct. There's no one waiting inside that doorway. It has turned into a 4-man stack over on that side of the map. That side of the map as Drew gets challenged again. And Eskimo, what do you think you are doing? My man Drew, he does not miss those. They are all lined up here for Mac and Cheese. Can he find Eddie? It's a double through the spray. And Alcatraz will finish it off. Blind shot. And MSC go up 5-2. Oh, mac and cheese. That is always what you want to see. 3 guys stacked up blind in the smoke, and he just started tearing through. 1 kill from the molly, 1 kill from the blind shot, and that actually wasn't the smoke coverage that I saw from Alcatraz. He hit a no-scope to finish things off. I thought he was just shooting wildly into the smoke. No, the man just winged it and got himself another kill. It is again the stack over by A, over towards apartments, is Fallen trying to do something a little pretty there with the parkour, but gets caught up on the wall. Alcatraz hit 1v1, and Drew around the backside of Banana to execute Eskimo. Now here comes Return. He goes down to Triggy, who misses the next shot, but just manages to escape. Can't quite hit the flick. He gets the shot off, and that is double off into the hands now PRG. But mac and cheese, what a spray transfer. He stays alive, and MSE keep their streak alive. Yo, what is up, K-Boo? I'm doing some CSGO for MSE. Only one of those ops actually managed to get through for Machine Soldier, so they are back to the 1-op setup. They did get away with 2 AKs for themselves. Oh, Alcatraz, lucky to be alive. Gets tagged up for 80 right there as SLS just can't find the sweet shot. The wallbang keeps the sniper from MSE alive. It is currently set up a 2-man stack right at the entrance of Banana, and Alcatraz is going to make it 1 less. He gets it onto SLS. And Eskimo's gonna just try and go through Banana. He finally gets his kill, but it's on to Classic. His Demon Drew is still alive, but there goes the spray for Eskimo. He finds a double kill, and we're into a 2v3 now. PRG finally with the man advantage. It has been so long, but keep an eye out right now. Mac and Cheese in a dangerous position at the mouth of Banana, as he has basically a perfect triangle around him. Choose your poison, as there's gonna be a PRG member at any location. Alcatraz about to peek the window, but he can't quite find it onto Reboot before he gets out of the way. Eskimo is going to go down to mac and cheese and return it to a 2v2 now. The incendiary to make sure no one is hanging around inside that tunnel, but Reboot is going to know they're in mid now, slowly peeking around the corner. How fast does he swing it? Pretty fast, and they get the headshot on a mac and cheese. It is Alcatraz versus 2, and now you have 20 HP. You have the op in hand. Do you risk picking up a rifle at this point? Try and do this retake at the B site, or is he just going to save onto the gun he has saved? GG's PRG, GR, good round. You managed to get one over on us, but I'm not gonna risk it. But Alcatraz, he is not that type of player. He is already creeping up towards the connector from the side of CT spawn, and out he comes hanging inside this smoke. They won't see him if he peeks right now, but Return is waiting on the angle outside, and First goes for the snap, hits the spray, and PRG get back onto the board. Now 6-3 the round counts. Ooh, interesting. We got the AUG into the hands of Classic, so gonna try and hold a bit of an angle, but maybe not with that same firepower and expensive option of the op. Give him a little bit more room for error. Classic gonna throw out his frag and get away from all that was coming towards him. That frag does tag up Eskimo heavily and Fallen slightly, excuse me, and that'll really slow down the push towards Banana. PRG continue to play this where they want 2 people going in towards Banana, 2 people towards apartment. They want these early picks, and Alcatraz is waiting for him, and he's gonna put down Reboot, immediately retaking the angle in return. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again, expecting it to change. He is not an insane man. He holds the angle this time, and he shuts down Jiggy, leaving us in a 4v4. In terms of consistent firepower, PRG is ahead right now. They have the AKs where a couple M4s and the AUG is not quite as standard for MSE right now. The ops can still do a lot, but it seems like the stack has moved heavily up towards Banana. They are going back to get the bomb now for SLS on that op and try and move this pressure over towards the B side. I like this angle Classic is taking with the AUG. He can get them as they come through. He can line up those headshots, and they still have a little bit of utility on the side of MSE. Alcatraz with the double flash in the smoke, and Drew has still a flash and incendiary to really slow down any type of push. Speaking of, there goes the incendiary, and Eskimo Eagle gets all burnt up. He likes it a whole lot colder. Now the flash is out. Can he find anybody? He does get the first one, make it a double kill for Drew. And why not all three? Drew continuing to just go insane. Another quad for the man. He is at 13, 1, and 5. Did I not try to tell them? Did I not try to tell PRG you cannot challenge Giroux over at the B-Mob site? The man owns Banana. He's not too shabby when you force him off of his angles, and he is even forced all the way up towards spawn. He is having a hell of a game as the pressure through mid right now for Fallen. Out comes his Uzi. He's gonna get the first one on the MAC-10. Headshot onto the offer, and no slowdown. PRG continuing to push all the way through. Do they know there's an op on the ground? Yes, they leave it up to Eskimo. And now 3 rifles and the op and the SMG. What can he do with it? They know he is there now as Classic misses his initial shots. This is going to be a lot on the Drew. How much can he tap away? Instantly gets a double kill. Why not another assist to add to it? And it's a 2v2. SLS and Reboot with 2 quick kills to turn it around. They take the bomb site for themselves. And MSC are going to try and find this retake from the opposite site. Alcatraz, one of the members, still alive. He has the incendiary and the smoke. Is going to throw out the smoke for himself, now leaving just the incendiary in his hand. SLS working the inside of Turret, and he can't find the first one. What a shot by Alcatraz! Up close and personal, he doesn't care, and it's going to be all up to Reboot. He needs this initial kill. He's going to find the first one. Now it is up to Alcatraz. He gets the shot. Does he have the clip? Yes, he does. MSC will get their 8th round off of the back of their offer. But you can't put it past Drew, still getting a double kill. Classic right in there with his teammates. But the 2 shots there at the end for Alcatraz, absolutely enormous. The first one, real close angle inside a church. And the second to jump on top of the coffins and find that close range. The man knows how to use the op any place, any distance, any time. And PRG are really struggling to get into this one. I will say, though, Inferno is definitely CT-sided. MSC getting off to this big lead for themselves. The question will be, once we reach halftime, can they finish off the difference? There was a second, I thought I saw that pause come up, but I think that might have been one from earlier on, as the double op setup is here for MSC, and PRG have themselves a full buy. Alcatraz goes to tap one through the wall, but he can't quite find the angle. As Fogo has slipped his way in, and he's gonna find the first one onto Classic. Alcatraz answers with another one. I've already told you, the man can handle his guns close range, but now he needs support at the B bomb site. It is all alone, the Opera versus the world, but lucky for him, PRG had no intention of following it up. The bomb is still by spawn, and they have that 2-man stack on the stairs of apartment. Now just trying to look where they want to take this one next. Hello, chicken. SLS gonna go back, pick up that bomb for himself, but we take our eyes over to Reboot. Pop flashes himself around the corner, but can't quite find anyone. Jiggy shows he can use the op as well, gets the headshot onto SLS, and the man advantage towards MSC. Fallen now right up mid. He's not going to find anything. Goes back to pick up something. I thought he might have been going for the off, but he's just lining up that smoke throw to cover the left side. Jiggy won't be able to find anything there for quite a little bit, but Drew has swapped sides of the map. And oh, I take it back, Jiggy. Nice little shot there. Fallen going to hold his own, get an answer for himself, but it's a 1v3. Very hard to take this site now. Only a flash left, and he's not even going to be able to throw it out. Mac and Cheese finishes it off, and MSC gets 6 rounds up on their opponents. Whew, it's hot in my room right now. Jiggy, have you been relegated down to a deagle, or is there a gun on the floor? Because there's definitely enough money for you to pick one up. It seems like Drew and Mac and Cheese and Alcatraz are going to hold on to it, and Jiggy will just be on that deagle, looking to take one up. Return the first man to go down as Alcatraz finds another victim, but we have the run and gun. If you Call of Duty boys are still here, this is what the SMGs can do here in CSGO. Alpha Classic, though, he figured out the last time they did this, they ran all the way through to the other site, and he gets aggressive to find his kill onto SLS. Now trying to figure out, is anyone still coming through Banana? In it comes, and he gets the headshot immediately onto Reboot. The 2 AKs left alive for PRG, and they need a couple kills. Eskimo finds the first one. Good answer there. Snapping back goes Classic, but he can just do damage. Can't quite find the kill. Fallen is now in the 1v2. Very low on health, though. Nothing going this way. Gets spotted, gets knocked down by Mac and Cheese, and MSC are the first team into the double digits with their 10th round. He is quite literally swimming with the fishes. That one was too easy. I almost wasn't ready for it. Drew, it's giving me anxiety. Defuse it, my man. You gotta finish it off. Mac and Cheese, are you gonna put him down? What's going on? The 2-man stack on top of the bomb, and they get the defuse. MSC, as I said, up into their 10th round, and they will keep 2 AKs on the counter-terrorist side. Plenty of money in their hand wherever they want to throw it, buying up 2 ops already. Look at all that Alcatraz spent and what he has left. The man just spent almost $8,000. He still has $3 grand in his back pocket. More money than the entire enemy team. PRG, they just got that broke man energy right now, and they're gonna really need something special to turn this game around. 2 more rounds left into this first half. Can MSC take it all the way to 12, as it is a full commit to the A side of the map this time? No more of that 2-2 split. Try and find a pick. They really want to force their way out of apartments, as they already have 2 guys up the stairs, and no one inside is on the defense for MSC. Alcatraz continues to hold this angle out of mid and the door, see if anybody dare challenge him. Throws out the frag as well to really push them back as he gets aggressive, but it's not going to be enough to push off return. Seems now like there's a lot going on over by this entrance, but they smoke out Alcatraz, and here things come. Jiggy gets his first kill for himself onto Eskimo. Now just hanging around the backside. He lines him up, he gets one, and it is Mac and Cheese that finishes it up. Fallen, the last guy standing inside the smoke. He gets sprayed down, and MSC, they put him inside the blender, and they get out of that one with only 1 casualty. We're into the last round of the half, looking for that 9-point lead going into halftime. Uh-oh, oh no! Alcatraz! Oh, MSC, they're getting a little bit less than sportsmanlike! Alcatraz, you can't do it to the man like that! He picked up the auto sniper, and he just sprays in to get that headshot. Now he's just throwing bullets out because he doesn't even need them. This is pure confidence! It's a no-scope for Jiggy! Oh, MSC, what are you doing right now? SLS does manage to trade one back, but now to the 4v3, and he has them lined up. He's just pulled the trigger. Drew, what are you doing? They got walls right now. These guys don't need to see their targets. Another op shot lands. Finish it off right there. Jiggy says, no, this is my kill, even though he misses the first shot. He gives a chance for Return to turn this around. He's going to pick up the AK, and he finds it. After all of those shenanigans, MSC are up 2-1, and they have the flank coming in through Banana. This is a chance for Return, but Mac and Cheese will finish it off, and MSC have that 9-round lead, leaving the half. That was... that was a little bit BM, I'm gonna be honest. The auto sniper already was enough, but then everything that followed it up was just icing on the cake. Oh, it was funny though. I'll give it to that. It was funny to watch, and MSC need themselves 4 more rounds to get this one in the second half. Into the next pistol round, we have more. The dualies coming out for 2 members of MSC. Drew and Alcatraz are saying, let's just hold W and see what happens. SLS lines 2 up for himself, gets the headshot, but Alcatraz has a headshot of his own with those dualies. Gonna throw down the smoke and try and get this plant behind the fountain. They still have the help from Jiggy coming through Banana, and so 3 men on site for MSC, as there goes the wild spray. They have a man up. Drew can't find the kill right there, and it's a 4v2 now for the counter-terrorists. They gotta try and turn something around. They are done being disrespected. Let's see if they can turn one for themselves. Fallen is gonna go down. Jiggy's the last man standing, just spraying in through that smoke. What can he find? Getting very aggressive as they line up for him. There's one. Jiggy still alive with 55 health. He might be able to jump to it. In he comes, goes down to Reboot, and PRG will be able to get this defuse down, get back onto the board, and get within 8 rounds of their opponents. Okay, we got the SG in the hands of Alcatraz, coming back to that scoped rifle, and then Mac and Cheese with the scout. What I will call out is there is a Negev on Drew and the shoddy on Jiggy. This continues to feel like maybe respect is not in the names, in the cards for MSC in the second half, because they have gone full meme. Usually, you're told never go full meme, but right now it is working out for the MSC guys as they have this 8-round lead. First one up, gonna use the scoped rifle a little bit closer range, and he gets that angle for himself. Right behind us, Drew with this Negev. Come on, I want you to get one. I want you to just hold down that button. Dare to peek him. Come on, PRG. Are you scared of the Negev? I think they might be just a little bit, because he already has the angle. That is not when you want to challenge this LMG. Molly gonna go into sight edge. Here comes the push. He has the button held down, and return gets tagged all the way down to 19 from it. He's gonna go right back behind that corner and say, you know what, maybe I am a little bit scared of a Negev. Maybe that can put out more damage than I really thought. MSC looking to take this site, but they need the entry frag. They do get it. Alcatraz onto SLS, but Eskimo will trade it right on back as he taps away with that M4A1S. Now return over to him with this MP9. Can he find anything? Not quite at the moment. Jiggy was on the backside with the shorty, but he didn't get it. But he had the bomb! I didn't even really realize Jiggy has the bomb in his hand. He is gonna get the plant down, and now he's going for an up close and personal, just running past Reboot. I don't know what the strategy was there, and everyone left on MSC's side is still pinned up at the B bomb site. So this should be a defuse in for PRG. MSC are just trying to make this game go longer at this point, it feels like. Good final kill there for return. Get a little bit extra for yourself, a little bit more money for the team, and why not, Reboot? Just pick up the gun. If they're gonna buy it, you can take it into the next round. Classic stays, or Alcatraz. No, Alcatraz went down. It was. Classic stays alive with that SG. Brings it into the next round for Machine Soldiers. Classic has, or no, that was Alcatraz, has bought himself a Zeus. If you don't know what that is, it is a taser that if you can get really close to someone and hit the one shot it has, you will be gifted money on top of stacks, on top of dollar bills. It is all sorts of green for yourself. Machine Soldier saying we're just gonna let him meet up with us as around banana we come. No challenge from the CT so far. They will smoke off the connector from spawn and now try to follow that up. Return on the wrong side of that smoke. It leaves SLS all alone inside as he gets the first one, but immediately gets traded back in. That Molly does tag down Drew pretty heavily, and flanking around through Church right now is Return. See if he can find anything as the plane is gonna go down inside the smoke, and with this SC once to line up, he gets the first headshot, but Fallen trades it right back, and we're still in the 3v3. Reboot actually is using that shotgun. He didn't upgrade. I thought it was just a meme that he brought it into the next round. Now is going to go to the MP9, get a little bit more range for himself as the utility goes in and they're following up that flash. Reboot blind is going to spray one down. There goes the taps to trade, and Mac and Cheese really needs one for himself. Hiding right now behind the coffins. The smoke is going to be in right there, and they didn't see him. Mac and Cheese might have himself a chance. Spraying blindly, spraying wildly. He still can't find it, and the ninja defuses in for PRG. Right under his nose. They just got the defuse inside the smoke. He had single-digit health, and PRG got themselves a little bit of streak. Now you can see Machine Soldiers say enough is enough. We are full AKs. Let's win a round again. See if they can actually follow it up. Because after you meme like that for a while, you really need to find success when you go back to playing serious. Fallen gonna be set up and retreat himself back as they they picked up the Zeus. I thought for a moment I might have seen it, but no, it's just a pistol on Reboot's side. Tapping away goes Jiggy, and he gets the first headshot onto Fallen. Fallen is going to upgrade to that M4A1S and get them lined up. There's the first, there's the second. Reboot, actually, I take it back, gets them both as Eskimo goes down around the backside, leaving us in a 3v3. The pop flash is on, but no one's there to get hit by it. Drew does see one peek out, so he gets damage onto Reboot. Nice little snap there to finish it off, and SLS is not feeling that great. 59 HP for himself on that op. But the thing about the op is you just need to hit the shot. Speaking of, Mac and Cheese hits his headshot there onto return, and it's 3v1. SLS is gonna peek him, just misses. Mac and Cheese saucing him up, dodging the man, and gets Machine Soldiers to the 13th round. It wasn't that much respect coming back there at the end for Mac and Cheese. Knife out, running through the back of a site, and he just jumps around that initial op shot to then finish him. Jiggy now has gone down to a P90. They might have had the money to go to a little bit better of a gun, but at this point, I'm not going to say it's the worst decision, especially when he gets first blood, the headshot onto SLS. They know their opponent's economy is broken as well, and they are just tearing through them. MSC already 3 kills for themselves, returning to find a headshot. He gets the first one. He almost gets the second one, but Alcatraz on the spray to finish it off, gets both members, and MSC only 2 rounds away to finishing off this one. Round number 21, Machine Soldiers hunting for map point, and PRG, after a little bit of momentum, are really struggling to find their way back into this one. Is that what I think I see? It is the Bison now on Jiggy. He wants to use every single gun in this game, starting with the SMGs, it feels like. It becomes immediately executed by the blind SLS, lines it up before the flash hits, and it is man advantage over to PRG. Reboot has himself a shotgun in hand, see if he can get anyone on a close range angle. SLS is even closer range though, right around this corner from Alcatraz. Return has been forced off of sight. He might have to go for this rotate pretty soon, as over the top goes Alcatraz, and he finds SLS in the back of sight. It is wide open, and the plant is about to come down. This flank through Church has been slow, but it is there right now for Return, and he just wants to hurry up a little bit. Eskimo gets the first one, Fallen gets the next one, and we're down to a 2v2 now. Good frag is going to tickle 2 members from PRG, but not really enough to worry them, as they still have 2 pieces of utility left. They have the flash, they have the Molly for PRG. What can they do for it? The flash goes out, leaving only the Molly still alive. Now Classic needs to clutch himself out around. Can't get the second, and PRG will find their 7th. Machine Soldiers back to not quite a broken economy, and they will be buying back up, but they will probably have to buy... Oh no, never mind. I thought Drew had 1,700. He had 7,700. So no one really needs to be relegated, but Jiggy continues his classic stint as the guy they will just say, hey, we don't have enough for all great weapons. You can take whatever you want. He goes with the shorty again, I believe. As out comes the first shot by Return. He can't quite find it. With the deagle in hand, he is looking for those heads. Machine Soldiers continue to apply pressure towards B. This is where they have liked it so far, but it's an early flank around for PRG already. They have 3 people approaching that side of the map. And with the flank around from Church by Return, MSE might be running directly into a crossfire when the smoke's clear. The incendiary immediately goes down, and we head over to Return as he gets his first kill. Classic trades it back. Eskimo keeps the man advantage on their side until Drew hits his shot onto Eskimo to get it back. Classic takes it from a 3v3 to a 3v2. MSE now back into the lead with the plant down at the B side. PRG, last 2 members coming from A through their spawn, but they're just going to line themselves up in front of Drew. He sees the angle. He's going to find the first one on a Fallen, and now it's all down to Reboot. Right around the pillar, the column, he gets his shot down on a Classic, but he's been outflanked himself, and MSZ reach map point. possible final round as it becomes PRG. How many in a row do you have? You need at least 8 to turn this game into halftime, but it might not even be 1. They have to start things somewhere as Machine Soldiers are looking to not let it happen, but looking at the economy, PRG broke men all around. 3 Deagles, 2 MP9s, 1 smoke, and not even full armor over to Fallen. They are just hoping for a miracle right now as Machine Soldiers won't even let it happen. Oh, Jiggy around the backside gets the first one, gets the second one. The shotguns finally do work as he gets that double kill and they're onto site. Despite it all, it is a man advantage over to PRG. They got 3 kills, Jiggy only got 2. It was funny to see him go through the smoke, but can they finish it off now? But it's heavily going to be off the back. A classic, and Eskimo with the execution keeps PRG's hopes alive. Oh, Tar Heel, I see you. I know you're still around, just kind of taking in this entirely new game, getting the understandings, getting the information, and seeing the little bit of fun that MSC has been bringing into this game. 15-8 now. PRG turned that 8 in a row down to 7 in a row. Still needed to force halftime. Well, overtime. They've already had halftime. Jiggy, what are you doing? Jiggy, what are you doing? Actually, at this point, it's almost reasonable. Drew is going to get bought up to the op, which is questionable, seeing as everyone is sticking on pistols, but it's not the weirdest thing to see a shotgun with all these people. And so let's get the first one on the Jiggy, so the shotgun is down. He tried to run and gun Call of Duty up the center, but he got sniffed out, and can't talk here in these later rounds. He got sniffed out, and it results in nothing for his squad. Fallen from up on top of the balcony will throw out that frag. Can't quite find the damage. The MP9 is still waiting for anything. Drew is just like, come on, someone peek, someone challenge. Give me another kill. I want it. I own Banana. Do you not remember what the man said in the first half? PRG certainly do remember, and so they will not dare challenge him. They have completely given up Banana since the first round in the second half. They don't want anything to do with it. They'll say, we will just retake you when you try to push onto the site. Speaking of pushing onto the site, here come MSC behind the smoke. Classic with the Deagle in hand. He is going to give a boost, and they're going to do a run boost. Don't quite hit it there. I see you on those x-rays, but the run boost with the shotgun would be quite interesting. The smoke runs out, so they're not able to put it any further, but here comes the push into sight. SLS with the crossfire in here. He gets damage down, but Reboot is the one that's going to be able to start finding himself some kills. Still on the back of sight is Fallen, but he hasn't done anything quite yet. Return goes down as SLS gets another kill for himself, and Alcatraz with the MP9 needs to stand strong versus 4. It'll be a tough one. Only 15 seconds remaining, too. PRG just has to not give anything away, but SLS wants this kill. He finds it, and that is 2 in a row for PRG. Starting to find this momentum, starting to get back into the game. Round 25 now as MSC. Are you thinking at all that you're worried, or are you just like, we still got it, we'll keep having fun? Seems like they're going to have at least a semi-serious round as they are ecoing a little bit of armor onto Mac and Cheese, Deagles onto 2 members, but it is not that much. They are holding on to around $2 grand a pop. They'll be able to full buy next round. Drew, he's slurping up all these kills. He's found all game. I can even cast some voice comms if you force me to, as Machine Soldiers are starting around Banana. Return, what do you got for yourself? There's the first one. Can't turn the second one, though. The spray control just not quite there, and that'll be a rifle into the hands of Jiggy. He has the M4A1S as right past the Molotov goes Mac and Cheese. He is gonna cross, stays alive as he survives an op shot to the leg. Now it is Mac and Cheese and Jiggy. Jiggy really needs something. The smoke didn't cover up his rifle. He's gonna go down. That's another one for PRG, and they just need 5 more. They've gotten 3 in a row. Mostly serious buys on the side of Machine Soldiers. I still raise a slight eyebrow to what Jiggy is doing with that SG. I'm not saying it is completely ridiculous, but just based on the guns he has been buying this entire second half since they reached map point, I don't know if he really is coming at this with the fullest sincerity of seriousness. Up inside the top window of apartments is going to be, I believe, Eskimo, as he is just waiting for someone from Machine Soldiers to peek in. I can't quite tell because they are all stacked up there. It is Eskimo upstairs, and he's going to be found out from behind. Can he snap this around as Machine Soldiers are starting to push up towards that top side as well? Reboot is waiting for someone to come out of this door, but I don't know if it's going to happen. He can hear things continuing to happen all around him, but the man doesn't flinch. He continues to hold the angle until suddenly he isn't, and he's going to go down to mac and cheese. Fallen gets a double tilt to keep it even for his squad, but he is all alone in the site now. He needs one more, but he can't find it. That is 3 members on the site for MSC. That is the plant in their favor, and PRG are gonna have to rotate back across. MSC already saying GG in chat, even though they are already there. Jiggy left the game as they're trying to finish it off. That is the highest level of BM as Alcatraz gets the first kill for himself onto SLS. 3v1 now for Return, but if Return can clutch it out, they will have 4v5, and BRG isn't going to pause it to let Jiggy back into this one. Still from this angle, the automatic caster can't figure out where to go next, but Drew does get the final kill, and Machine Soldiers go on to win the game 16-10. There it is, the final boom to signify the end of the game. A few chickens might have been harmed in the making of this movie, as there you go, MSE managed to stand strong. A little Mimi, a little BM perhaps. The enemy team, I believe, actually did a very good job of not getting salty through all of that. They weren't chirping too much in the chat. They seem to mostly still be following their same strategies, but just kind of struggled in some of those 1v1s, really struggled when it came down to Drew on the opposite side. We will head it back to this face cam. Hello everyone, here's my face. Thank you all for tuning in to MSE versus PRG in the Phoenix CS League. I would like to do a GG's to both squads. GG to MSE, GG to Phantom Gaming. I would like to say shout out to the Phoenix League. I picked up this one for MSE specifically. They said, hey, we want you on this one, so here is the VOD, but I've been doing a little bit of live casting for Phoenix. Already got 2 games under my belt with them. They are a good squad. They have good CS being played. So shout out to them. Expect more going forward. Not on this channel, but keep an eye on the Twitter. And then finally, the big thank you to Machine Soldiers for sponsoring this stream, for affiliating with me. Go help them out by following them at all of these links underneath. Spam some hashtag Machine Soldiers if you have to. Just get the word out, make a little bit of noise, and give those guys some support. With all that being said, though, it is time to wrap things up. As always, my name has been Morgan Dunn. This has been the Phoenix League, brought to you by Machine Soldiers. And I'll see you all next time. Later!